Yep, yep. Can you guys hear me? Yep. What's going on? I almost didn't stream today. And then Baldur's Gate came out with a new update. So I think we're going to jump into it. What's going on, Steven? What is going on? It's going to be more of a chill stream. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow because I had some plans. I'm going to be getting up early to watch Thor, which normally would run into my normal streaming time. And then the following weekend, there's probably not going to be a stream either because it will be my fiance's birthday. So I'm going to be taking a little bit a break from that, but I'll be hitting it hard the next following last 2 weeks of July. So yeah, so obviously you can see if there's a little bit of a new updated look, at least some of the layout. I haven't fixed all my graphics yet. I haven't really had time. So I expect that. You can see new layout. You can still visibly see my face. I don't know how long that will last. I know there's going to be some days where I'm not going to be using my face. So sweet. So yeah. So yeah, let's jump into some Baldur's Gate. Last night I got a head start and made my character. They also released the gnome. So the gnome is now a playable. Let's see if I can get this guy to turn on. It is now a playable race option in Baldur's Gate. So you see that right here. Just sick. And you can see in the little corner that this is the new Dungeoneers Pack mascot. For those that maybe haven't checked out the latest video where it started to feature him, this is Pack, the Dungeoneers Pack goblin, a goblin that lives in a Dungeoneers Pack. So yeah, pretty much by next year, Baldur's Gate 3 should be fully released. For those of us that already have had the game for early access, we won't have to pay for it again. But for those of you who will, it'll be full price. Excuse me, drinking coffee. Yeah, they pretty much made Scanlan available. But yeah, they're slowly adding every option, at least every option from the player's handbook. So the only classes we are now missing are the paladin and the monk, which I'm looking forward to them adding. I'm not sure what I'm gonna main on my playthrough yet. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a solo character playthrough and then a group character playthrough if I can get either some of my buddies or some of my other content creator friends, other YouTubers, to maybe do like a group playthrough of this. I'm gonna be pretty down for it. The only options I think for race that they're kind of missing from the player's handbook is Dragonborn and what else? It's Dragonborn and Half Orc because I think they have pretty much everybody else there. So I'm hoping they add those options soon. I'd be down to play a Half Orc Barbarian or Half Orc Fighter through this. Yeah, so I made the character last night, played through the tutorial because the tutorial is kind of boring. So at least we get closer to being able to level. So this guy's only level 1 right now. All right. Hold on. I believe you guys don't have game audio on, so let me fix that for you guys. Here you guys go.
First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but
So what I noticed when building the character last night was that for the gnome, and I think what took them longer to introduce them into the game is that they had to adjust their preset facial features for the character or create brand new assets for their facial features because some of the more humanoid, like standard humanoid options, they have they use kind of the same face assets. So, like half elf, elf, human tend to use similar face assets that kind of just warp to the face, and everybody kind of uses the same hair, I think, and they just adjusted. The dwarf has different facial assets, but uses the same hairstyle, so they just rig it to fit that. And what I noticed for the gnome, it looks like they had to do somewhat what they did with the dwarf, kind of create new face assets that look similar to the. Actually, they don't even look similar to the standard humanoid, all humanoid looking ones. Given the changes they made to things playable as a video game, I look forward to seeing what they do for the monk. Also keen to see how they implement smites, given the way reactions work in the game, and not great in the fact that smites are very moment-to-moment decision making. Yeah, and that's the thing. I really hope they do fix the reaction, because playing a Battlemaster fighter in this is a little rough, because one of the only available maneuvers you get right now is reaction based, and you can't really trigger it. At least trigger it like consistently, like when you want to.
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. I can't think of better company. One thing
What I'm wondering
just before we go
is if every class is gonna have like a character to represent it in the game.
run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
All right, cool. Well, playing through this like early testing, like the big thing I think people need to kind of adjust to with this early access is to not get too attached to your character, because every update they release pretty much wipes it out. You can still go back to it and play it. Oh wait, we need a food. Food for camp supplies. Oh. I got a violin right now. I want to see if they're gonna let me find a guitar or something like that. Camp supplies. Rest.
Not that it mattered in the end.
And the thing I'm kind of worried about a little bit for this is the early access is only the first 4 levels. We do not get to see any of like the bigger end game stuff. And while obviously I don't want to spoil the whole game for me in early access, that would kind of suck. The thing I'm worried about is not so much balance, because Larian's actually pretty good at creating challenging scenarios and stuff. But how that stuff's gonna play. Let me audio for you. Here we go. Yeah, 12 NPCs seems like a lot. Which makes it cool, because then the ones that aren't picked, like that's perfectly prime for your character to fit within that role or that kind of spot.
More of those wretched things.
Oh, we got some devourers. I'm not sure what subclass I'm gonna do with this guy right off the bat. I don't think I built him in a way to go melee for Valor. So he might just be a lore bard. Let's get all the food. Okay.
Vicious filth. Best keep some
Let's
distance,
put
or this'll be a short
her
fight.
ahead so she could kind of tank for us. Cool. She got no movement. We're good. Yeah, I'm liking all these little updates that they've made for the visuals for this too. Been pretty awesome. Okay, well, let's get our guy to get some high ground. Oh yeah, just get rid of all. Yeah, thing to with every update. It's tutorial stuff. Okay, we're gonna do a vicious mockery. Oh, cool thing with vicious mockery, just go ahead and listen to it, see if you guys can catch it. He actually insults everything that you attack with it.
Baron, shut up. It's on you.
Which has been pretty fun. Like, he's just sitting there talking trash. Okay. What's better? Okay, hitting them is gonna be easier. Okay. What I want.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Can we do it? Okay, cool.
I'm ready.
Let's just do that. Free spells. This game has, in comparison to like my table play, I'm more incentivized to use scrolls and potions and stuff here than I am in actual play, like in table play.
Idiot mother beclothe you.
I think the big difference is really comes down to encounter design, as the rest and short rests are kind of like needed, and the actual encounters are actually pretty tough. Ooh, okay, it's her turn's pretty much over.
Survival is all that matters. Oi, ugly! Didst thou mother sex a plague rat?
Sick. All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. She is going to die. Need to get a potion. Okay. What I need to figure out is how to use the Bardic Inspiration. Oh, okay. So they changed all the character symbols too. That is sick.
Another fight. Let's go.
I get another turn. Let's do another mockery. Do another mockery. Okay, that didn't work. Smacky. Talk some trash. There we go. Ooh, and we leveled. Sick. All right, let's. Okay, so we're level 2. We are now level 2. Oh, okay, they changed how you level up. Okay, that's cool. You kind of have to go through a little bit of menus, but that is not bad. Now we got Jack of all trades. So what do we have access to? We can get cure wounds. We have healing word. Oh, hell yeah. Fairy fire is my jam. Replacement spell. What spell do I kind of heroism? I've yet to encounter anything that's caused frightened effects on the characters, at least in this playthrough. So I got tempted to get rid of heroism. But I'm trying to see like what would benefit more. Maybe Bane, since I already have, just depending on what I need. I'll just keep it right now. I will just keep it. What is this? Music box. And let's go to Shadowheart. Let's level her up. I don't think she gets anything different. Okay, I can customize her prep spells. Bless, Bane, Healing Word, also Guiding Bolt, Create Destroy Water. Let's see, is there anything else we really want from her? She's in melee a lot. At least the way I play her. I don't really play her as too much of a blaster. So I'm wondering if switching out Bane, just put Inflict Wounds for her. Okay, let's go loot these
Let's see.
brains. Ain't nothing. Got nothing. And last brain. Jack. Squat. Okay. And I know there's a chest up here. I've played through this intro too many times. I got poison. I will keep the poison. Oh, I'm not controlling my guy.
So that's progress.
Yeah.
What's in here?
Void bulb. That's some stuff we can throw. Let's see. Oh, there's a dude here. Come on, man. Ooh, rapier. Let's just take all your stuff. Ooh, a chicken egg. Silver locket, rapier. Equipment. I know I'm rocking a rapier already. There's nothing new. We're gonna go around. I know there's a helmet over here that we can pick up. Let us go grab some tools. I think they're in there. Yeah, tools are in here. Then we gotta. Okay. So let us go.
Can't keep me out.
We only need a beat of 5. So and the cool thing is we're gonna toss a guidance on there. Okay, I want to see how goofy this guy looks with the helmet. Looks pretty goofy. Cool. We're just gonna have it not be visible on him. Let's see. So that helmet just gives +1 to dex saves. So it might be just good to put it on like actually Shadowheart. Maybe that might be the move. Yeah, let's actually do that. Our guy's pretty. But give it to Shadowheart. Have her equip it, and she can look goofy.
Whatever comes.
She has a little circlet, but the circlet doesn't really do anything for her. Cool, cool. Okay, let's go meet
Move.
our vampire friend.
One day I'll catch a break.
Where's he at? We're gonna come up and try to attack us. Hysterian.
Please come and help me. Hurry. I've got one of those brain things cornered.
Man, my guy look dirty.
In the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
He's looking pretty rough.
There. Can you see it?
Just a dumb bore. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
don't we? I saw you on the ship, free, scuttling about. You're in league with them, aren't you?
Ooh.
Those tentacle. Ah!
That's what you get, man. Get a headache.
Looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
My guy needs a shower.
What was that?
Bad.
What's going on? I'm not an idiot. It has to be those tentacled monsters. Something.
What's going on, Patrick? How customizable is the party? Can you alter anything about the looks, character, the voice? You pretty much can only customize your character. And it comes down to you have 2 voice options per gender. So you have 2 female voices you can choose from, 2 male voices you can choose from. And cool thing about that too is that you can actually apply them to any character model. So it doesn't really matter. So you kind of have a male body and a female voice and vice versa. In terms of, there's enough customizations within the hair and the face and the skin colors that you will have enough options. And there's also an additional thing where you can toggle an option that unlocks all the racial restricted skin tone colors and eye colors and hair colors for the character. So if you want to use the gnome to play a quote unquote goblin or make your guy look like a goblin, you can kind of do that. So it's fairly customizable. For a while, I think you can't play a Duergar still. So with the dwarf option, you can just click that option and then start taking like the drow skin color tones and make a Duergar that way. Pretty fun. You just don't get the racial support for it. What's going on, Phil? Well, yeah, mainly all the customizations within your own character. So with all your side party, it's pretty much they're going to be like the base, their base model. This is early access. So this is supposed to be released next year. That's their goal. They have 2 more classes and 2 more racial options. We're still only allowed to play up to level 4 though. So I'm not really sure. To be honest, I'm not really sure if it is going to make it out by next year. Just because the level, as soon as you hit level 5 in D&D and getting into like the bigger game, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. So I'm not sure if we're going to be testing and playing that in early access or they're leaving that behind closed doors.
A kindred spirit.
So today we're going to be playing the Bard. We're playing the new Bard because the update just came out for it. And also you can choose a Gnome, so I just double dipped into Bard and Gnome to try this out.
Is that so?
So yeah.
Clearly move in different circles.
The game's fun. The last update had the Barbarian. I'm looking forward to them adding the Paladin and the Monk. I really want to see how the Monk plays out because I have a feeling they're probably going to maybe make some changes and updates like they did with the Ranger to make it a little bit more playable. Because that's the big complaint about Monk in the tabletop, in the actual D&D game, is that it's a bit weak. So I want to see if like they're going to just like give the starting damage and maybe some of the key stuff have a little bit more weight.
What else did I expect?
Or give you access to more or increase the power a little bit.
It hasn't happened yet.
And maybe see how they fix the stunning strike situation, if they even touch it.
There might still be time.
Because if you're pretty much going to play Monk in this, you're just going to be striking a lot of stuff. If they kind of keep it a little too similar.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Okay, now we got our other companion.
I was ready to go this alone.
And then we're going to be picking up our wizard soon. And then we can get our fighter not too far off either. And then I'll figure out what the hell my party is going to be.
All right. I accept. Lead on.
Okay, cool. All right, let's level Asterion. Our rogue. He doesn't get much of anything. Okay, but we do... Let's give him some extra... Okay. Oh, dang it. Okay, we need to pick up... Okay. We need to pick up some weapons for him. So we can go dual blade. Okay, we're gonna come up on some people.
More survivors?
There is an illithid right here.
Of the wreckage.
Something's wrong.
So much blood.
They should be trying to get away if they had any sense.
Quiet! Just get her out! Back to the anus that spat.
Oh no! I failed. Okay. We're gonna use bonus action dash. Because we want... Let's kill. We can end this fight before it even starts. Kill this mind flare. Boom.
Where are we? There was fire in the sky.
End this fight before it starts.
The
All right.
voice. Oh God, the voice. What happened? God, I think you're right. It called out from the wreckage. Sounded just like my daughter. But she's been dead for years. That thing got into our heads, drove us mad. We wrecked our boat just trying to get close to it. What do we do now? We're nowhere.
Pretty much for multiplayer and single player, you're gonna have a party of 4.
This gate is days.
You and 3 other players, or you and 3 other party members. Pretty much how they expect a typical
Feel you.
D&D party to be.
Those things.
That's not in actuality
What are them?
when it comes to table play, but it's just how they're limiting it. The only thing I could see them potentially like leaving their room for 5, but 4 is probably the balancing point because the gameplay is actually a bit tough. It can be a bit tough, especially since you are limited to 4 options. So that's most likely why they're keeping it at the 4 character, 4 player, for co-op and stuff. For your party size, makes a lot of sense.
There's something in your head. Please, we'll take our chances out here. Just
Yeah, because like in table play, I have like a party of 7, which is a lot.
Those people. The mind flare
Okay,
may
let's
be-
loot this mind flare. We're gonna take your bulb. I don't know. I want to say
Don't waste a step.
might be a treasure around here. No, there isn't. Okay, let us go. Oh, let's loot some goblins. Hopefully, we can get some a sword or something so we can have our.
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
There's a hand axe. We don't want a hand axe. We want a scimitar. That might be a thing. That might be a thing. That's you might be able to use it. Okay, let's go.
Everything looks
Yeah, here we go. Cool. Now he's dual wielding.
Despite everything.
Ooh, well, we'll take that supply pack. We do not need a goblin bow.
Light on my feet.
Waypoint discovered. Okay, let's go get our 4th party member. Now. There we go. Popping up with our wizard.
You're alive. That's unexpected. Last I saw you, you were lying in a crucible's worth of blood.
Do you think wizards will update, rework some classes or subclasses yet for 5e or delay it maybe for 5.5? It's going to be...
Well met.
Wizards will do the big class, subclass, and racial update in the 2024 update. I don't think it's going to be as expansive as everybody hopes it is going to be. I think it's going to be smaller updates to kind of get the player's handbook, race, sub-race, and class and subclass options up to par with their Tasha's and Monsters of the Multiverse designs. I think that's really what you're going to see. You'll probably see some minor updates that do fix maybe some damage output or make things a lot cleaner or clearer on what the intent is. Hopefully, that's at least on that last part that they do make things seem clearer. But I don't think it's going to be like full on reworks. They made it pretty clear that they want whatever addition or whatever updates they do for the next version of D&D to be backwards compatible to 5th edition, just because of how successful 5th edition has been. So my guess is that the game is going to be more of a living game and updated over time through small updates until it no longer is commercially successful. Yeah. So don't get your hopes up that it's going to be, yeah, what Phil said, don't get your hopes up it's going to be like this big, massive update that completely changes the game like previous editions. It's going to be a smaller update that probably increases the damage to the monk a little bit, that it clears up some language, that some of the other subclasses might get some tweaks and reworks, but it's not going to be to the point where it completely changes how they actually function. The only one I could think off the top of my head that they might actually change a little bit is Eldritch Knight. To maybe rework that a little bit to be somewhat on par with how Bladesinger works with cantrips and multi-attack, an extra attack, I mean. But that, as far as that, I don't think it's going to be too much of a change. Petrick asking, who controls your NPC party members when you play co-op? The other two people are just the hosts or anyone? Actually, when you play co-op with other players, the NPC party members are no longer there. They're 100% completely replaced by other players' created character. So from the get-go, when you guys start and load up together, instead of fighting all these party members, from what I remember seeing when I just played with one other person, other party members will fill in if you don't have other players. But if you have a full party of 4, you don't really see... You can probably interact with the NPCs, but they're not there in the party, if you understand. The other party members will be other player characters that are all full custom, as long as you have up to 4. Prepared to be underwhelmed. Even Smite, I think, is asking more than what WotC can manage to budget, but I'm really pessimistic about WotC design capacity these days. It's going to be interesting to see what they really do and how they're going to update it. I think regardless of what they do, people are just going to be completely upset because you're going to get the group of players and designers and in the community in general that really want them to do something radically different. Because one, they're generally just not happy with 5th edition, right? They pretty much want a different kind of game, and even then, amongst that crowd, nobody's clear on what kind of game they want. Some are gonna want more mechanical driven, etc. Some people, I think, Phil, maybe I speak for you. You just want clearer, concise, and a better approach to how they're designing for 5th edition, and then so they're just going to be generally just upset that it's not designed that way. It's not designing what they think 5th edition or D&D is supposed to be. And then you're going to have the other part of the community that doesn't want change at all. And they're just going to get upset that there's an update. Like you see that people get upset when Monsters of the Multiverse came out. Well, generally, a lot of trolls that came out when Monsters of the Multiverse came out, and they were just, accusing WotC, woke this, woke that. Typical crap. But then there's just general people that just hate change because they're just used to playing the game that they want to, like, they're just stuck in that bubble of the game being the way that it's just meant to be. For me, I'll welcome any change that they have, that they're going to give us. But I'm also aware enough that it's not going to be the complete overhaul. It's not going to be a 6th edition. Right? It's not going to be a 6th edition. It's just going to be an update. I think the correct term would be 5.5. Critical question. Can the bards in the game persuade the dragon to get jiggy with it? I don't know if I want to fight a dragon at level 1 through 4 in the Baldur's Gate because it's freaking hard. This game's actually hard to play.
Very same. A traumatizing
The hardest fight in the game is fighting 4 Githyanki, like a party of Githyanki who are level 5. They get extra attack, and you're level 4. And them having that extra action economy, like the extra action, extra attack, ugh, kills you.
Yes. The ocular penetration by an illithid tadpole, which will end with our souls being snuffed like strands of weave caught in dead magic. Not to mention, you're staring at me like a Rashimi at a blackboard. You're no wizard, are you?
I'm no wizard. I'm a bard.
Pity. But that'll have to wait. The primary need now
Okay.
is a healer. I take it you
Let's get into a little mini dungeon.
Are you aware that
After we get our wizard here, we get a little mini dungeon, and then we will then get our Githyanki fighter.
Healer either. Powerful cleric, maybe? How splendid. Perhaps you can look over some of my own first, at a more opportune moment. You and I are in a whole lot of trouble.
Ooh, they updated his look, the wizard. He has more of a mullet now.
How about we embark on the quest for a healer together?
He used to have like this really just plain long hair look.
Most excellent.
Giving him more character. He looked like the most plain character out of all the base game characters. Ooh, they even added a little tattoo on him. Interesting. I'm glad. I'm glad he had a pretty boring design, especially compared to everybody. Like you see Shadowheart right here, having all her armor and stuff, like with the insignias of her god, and then even Asterion too. Is like he has a specific look, being his vampire elf self, and Gale was just like, I'm a wizard, generic wizard. Okay, so we get to pick his subclass. I think I'm going to just go Evocation for this guy. Abjuration, while I like the additional, like, little shield bonus stuff he gets, there isn't enough Abjuration spells to make this thing consistent. While Evocation, I could sit there and just, like, burning hands people and not really worry too much. So, let's take a good old Magic Missile, get rid of Ray of Sickness. Okay, let's see. Customize spells. We got Grease, Thunder Wave, Sleep, Witch Bolt, Fog Cloud. Let's get rid of Witch Bolt because it's Witch Bolt. We're gonna pick up this. Oh, we need to prepare spells. Thunder Wave. I don't see this guy getting too up close. Fog Cloud, Grease, Sleep. Okay. But we're gonna take some damage spells. Ooh. Chromatic Orb. Man, okay. We're gonna just pick up some damage spells. Yeah, okay, man. Ooh. It changes the game. We're gonna get rid of Grease for Chromatic Orb. There we go. What did Drokyoda say? There are things that I've seen from the new guys that have requested stuff that makes sense, like changes for races, but asking for Spellless Ranger makes me go, nah. Watson needs to be careful with all the changes they propose. They need to cater to the old and new guard. I don't know if they need to cater to anybody. I think part of 5th edition's actual problem and why it's having it's not that it's having an identity issue. It's going through changes because they're realizing what modern gaming and a modern audience wants out of the game. And the problem with 5th edition and why it's having all these issues, and that is combined with a lot of the social issues and the culture conflict that's happening in the world, and specifically in the US, is because 5th edition really catered too much to the tradition of D&D, right? It was kind of thing like they wanted to. There were some general ideas that they had for the game in the playtesting, like, for example, fighter having maneuvers as a base class option, which everybody now is like, hell yeah, they should have done it. And then in the playtest, they did it because the old guard that played the playtest said, no, fighters need to be more simple. Right. It's because they did cater to the old guard. They wanted to bring in this level of tradition that makes people feel like they're playing D&D that they used to playing, instead of defining what D&D, what they think D&D should be. And now that's why you're seeing this really big culture clash, and this clash between a group of folks, and I will say they're in a minority now, of players that don't want change and have this very rigid look and view of what D&D is. And then you have this influx of new players that are coming in from all forms of, like, being introduced to the game through all kinds of media, Stranger Things, or live plays like Critical Role, or through comics. And just general, there's other gateways that they're getting into D&D, and they bring in different and new ideas. And they all don't look the same like what you would expect out of a D&D player. They all come from different walks of life. So that different perspective of every change means there's going to be new and different ideas. And WotC's kind of stuck in the middle. Like, they have to do what's financially safe and successful for them, because that's what big megacorp owned businesses are going to do, which is different from what an indie developer can do. So I don't envy their position, but I don't think they need to really cater to too many people. They just need to make sure they have something that's financially successful to keep the brand alive. Not necessarily the game, keep the brand alive, because as long as the brand is alive, the game will always be there. I think they need to respect some of the tradition, or at least where some of these ideas come from the past, but not necessarily be held to them, because some of those traditions are not based in ideas that are currently healthy or socially looked at in a way in the current social climate as acceptable anymore. And even for me, I would say some of those things are not socially acceptable anymore. So they're in a tough spot. I think they can take some of those ideas and modernize them and update them to be good things. And I think they can get rid of some stuff that just doesn't work anymore. And be okay with dumping some of that old stuff. I would say, like, one of those things I would be okay with them dumping 100%. And only use it sparingly, or use it to help fortify a setting, would be alignment. Those are one of those things that I think can just be dumped from the game, and you replace with a funner, more believable system, and bring it into settings that are based around the alignment system. I'd love to see change if it's good for the game, good and better game. Monk and Ranger deserve a better identity, and some subclasses could get changes. Yeah, Berserker, Elder Knight, and others. Yep. Yeah. And I think that's universally, people, I think, can agree on. There's certain aspects of the game and certain player options that just generally feel bad. We just, as a community, just don't know how to fix them. We all have different ideas of what makes it better, and that's through the lens of our table experience, our table play. Okay. Here's some cheeky things we're gonna do. We're gonna take Firebolt, and then we're gonna dump this rock on this group of people, and they're gonna die. Bam, baby. GG's. Okay.
Still on my feet.
GG's right here. Okay.
Need to find a way forward.
Yeah, but I trust WotC enough that they're gonna do things that feel good. to players. Both they feel good for the game, but not necessarily feel balanced. I don't think WotC operates really in terms of their design on balance.
Got to keep fighting. Moving.
But I do think they're gonna put out stuff that just feels good. That's why they kind of get away with like releasing powerful options like Hexblade and the Twilight Cleric. They don't necessarily feel balanced. They aren't balanced, but they feel good, right? What could some cool possibilities when you rework alignment? Ooh. I think alignment needs to be not be a prescriptive system, but needs to be a descriptive system.
Let's go.
And the only time I would see it be a prescriptive system is if your setting is going to be 100% based on alignment itself as a core building block of your setting, where things are going to be heavily defined by it. But the problem with that, though, because some of these old settings are built like that, even though if they no longer want to be, is what comes with player agency and characters where free will is also a core tenet in your setting. And finding that conflict, that's why you get that lawful good, lawful stupid paladin, that chaotic evil rogue. So mechanically, yes. Let's see. Drunken Yoda brings up about first edition having alignment specific spells. So there's ways to reward it mechanically and give yourself that. But what about how does it affect your role playing? Are you going to hold characters and hold players accountable and bring all that kind of problematic stuff of what alignment is? Because what happens with a prescriptive system is your character is defined by the alignment, and whoever determines what is set within that alignment, your character can only act in that way. And then the problematic thing is, in what lens is something lawful good? Who determines what lawful good means? Because not everybody has a similar definition of what lawful good means. Different cultures, different upbringings, different personal histories outside of game influence how we define those things. That's why, like, if I was going to do an alignment system, it would need to be a descriptive system that allows for and encourages player agency, and more of a narrative tool for players and DMs to encourage decision making when it comes to the games, and how that actually defines things in the said universe. And that's why you see a lot of settings kind of just ditch it. Oh, homeboy needs healing. Okay, we need to get closer to...
No choice but to keep going.
Oh, let's get over. Descriptive means that it only describes what you might be at the current time, but you're not held by that description. Things can actually change. So one act you can be doing, it would be considered lawful good, but then at the next turn you can be doing something that can be considered chaotic good. And it not necessarily means that your character you're not acting out of alignment. It might just be describing what that character is at that current mindset and state. And that's why I don't think the lawful, chaotic, good, evil paradigm, that whole chart is actually really, really good at defining morality for a player or for a character, for anything that that is considered a humanoid. Because pretty much just if you look at people, we're a lot more complex than in terms of how our actions and how we view actions then that's something that's that simplified. We need to get over here. Oh, we got no movement. Okay, I wasted all my movement. Let's jump. Let's jump. Let's jump. Like, I think one of the games that has some of the best alignment-esque,
Got to press on.
like alignment, like mechanic and identity for a game is actually Magic the Gathering, which is another WotC property. Their color system built into each color is more of a sliding scale of a certain alignment and certain actions. So red, it can mean red, blue, all of them mean two or three different things. There's a bunch of flavor within it, and once you combine those colors, it adds more complexity to what a character can be. Two characters can be the same color but still act different, but it's still defined within that color, and it gives them access to certain spells and stuff because they're within that color. Oh, he woke up finally, bruh. Another property that everybody's familiar with that has a strong sense of alignment in the system, and people don't really realize it, but it's actually while it's simple, it allows for nuance and complexity. It's Star Wars. If you really look at how the Force operates, it is a core alignment system within the franchise. But people are not really held down by what the light and dark side are.
Nothing important is ever easy.
It's like a sliding scale.
Death is but a word away.
And people could move along what that is. And even then, if somebody's a good guy, it doesn't necessarily mean, or a member of the light side doesn't necessarily mean that they're 100% a good person.
Very well.
Or would be morally good. Like, you can look at Han Solo. He was a scoundrel, selfish scoundrel. Those being that selfish kind of person at the start wasn't necessarily a good thing. But eventually he's able to slide and be more of a good person and more of the light side because he starts to connect more with Luke and Leia and stuff. Yes, that is a little preview of the next video. So yeah, so if you haven't you haven't seen the Vecna video, I recommend go check that one out. It's a video I did it's kind of like an introduction to like newer topics I'm going to cover, looking at media and what they do better than D&D, or how we can take those ideas and implement them into our games. So the Vecna video I did was looking at Stranger Things season 4 and how they developed and played a villain. So the next one I want to do is how Star Wars does alignment better than D&D, and how we can take those ideas and put them into our game. I think alignment is good for roleplay, and some tables that I've played has players that roleplay themselves in every character. They don't try something different. Alignment could help with that. Alignment, yeah, it could. It's just but I think people need to remember it's a tool.
Can't afford to let up.
And you're going to get this a lot, that some people are like kind of self-insert. And there's nothing wrong with self-inserting yourself as a character in D&D. I do a bit of that myself, honestly. But I don't fully play my real self when I play my characters. I take an aspect of myself or certain characters and like blow it up, because it's easier for me as a person to connect with my character that way. We're gonna dash too. We're just gonna zoomies. Okay, zoom, 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 zoom. Go, 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 go. Oh, okay. And let's end your turn. End your turn. Let's end your turn. Let's end your turn. Gale. Oops. Can alignment be a tool for optimizers? If there's mechanics involved, yeah. If there is mechanics involved that gives them benefits and stuff for being a certain alignment, yeah. And that's the mindset of where optimization is different. Optimization isn't necessarily about the narrative aspect of the game. It really comes down to the hard mechanics of the game. So optimizers will look at it if it gives them any sort of benefit to play in a certain way to get certain things.
There's blood in the air.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Stabby, stabby. I don't...
I don't fancy their chances. On my
Can I
way.
pew pew him? Get a firebolt from here? Yes, I can. Boom, baby.
Can't give up. Not now.
The dance macabre.
Don't move. I want to push you off. Why you scared? What the heck? Ooh, Asterion. Boom. Okay. Finish that guy.
No one stopped me yet.
Yeah, I think if
Step forward.
like how for the previous editions where alignment gave you access to spells and stuff, I think that's what you'll see optimizers interact with an alignment system. Ooh, scale mail. Nobody can use it. Long sword. We'll take that.
I need to keep sharp.
Okay, we're gonna take a short rest right now. We gotta find all these people that we killed so we can get their stuff.
Please.
But if alignment is a system that is purely narrative, then they're not going to interact with it because they have no need to interact with it. Yeah, see, and exactly. In previous editions too, alignment held certain classes to a certain standard, and you had to play. You get stuck in playing them in a very specific way because, well, you can only be lawful good and be a paladin. Lawful good if you want to be certain clerics, etc. Can't. There isn't a there isn't room for nuance for a lot of these characters or for a lot of these player options if you do that. And compared to 5th edition, where if you look at the paladin now, I think for character building wise and the kinds of like creative narrative space you want to play your character and create certain fantasies to fulfill those fantasies, the paladin is in a much healthier spot now because you're no longer to have to be lawful good. You can be lawful evil. You can even there. I'm pretty sure there's going to be certain tenets of paladin that they'll that they can release, or you can even reflavor as being chaotic good, chaotic evil. Now you're gonna get some of that stuff. Ooh, come on, rest. We need a short rest. Let's boom. Okay, get some of that HP back. But a non-lawful paladin does not make sense. It can. It definitely can. It just depends on the framing of it. Like, and that's the thing. It depends on how far back you played in D&D. I've only played in 5th edition, so with my mindset and framing of how things are, it's like, well, you have a lot of unlimited possibilities. But if you're used to playing D&D from the previous editions, paladins are only viewed from a specific viewpoint, lawful good, and if they're not lawful good, then they're evil and they become dark knights and blackguards and etc. And the same thing with clerics. You're either a death cleric, evil cleric, or good cleric. But human nature and societies and cultures are a lot more complex. And what is perceived as good is not necessarily perceived as good to others. And that, in terms of storytelling and narrative and how you can reinforce that in your D&D game, that creates conflict. And that's what you want in an adventure game. You want conflict. Which does allow for a paladin, a chaotic paladin. And that leaves room for that. And a chaotic paladin, chaotic lawful, or chaotic good paladin, that I could see that they're empowered by their beliefs and their passion for whatever ideals that they believe in. Following a code does not mean you're lawful. Following code just means you're passionate about what the thing you believe in. which leaves room in the paladin. A code, while the codes can be seen as strict, they can also be taken as a personal thing, where that is something 100% you just believe in. The sense of morality that you believe in, or a something of a beliefs in your culture that you believe in. How you go about expressing that is whether it's lawful, chaotic, evil, or good. You can play, like, for example, I think it's Oath of the Crown. Oath of the Crown, Paladin can be played as evil or good. Oh, that's some more bonuses. Let's just stack this baby up. Difficult. Oh, we're not taking any chances. Let's just go. Add all the dice. Yeah. Yep. Paladin. Yeah. Robin Hood would be considered a paladin, and I would say he'd be chaotic good if you're gonna really look at it. He has or morality as a code. That doesn't mean he's lawful, because he does break the law to do the good thing, and he would be considered to be a paladin. I would even say Batman could fit along those lines too. A lot of vigilante superheroes can be fit along those lines. They have a moral code, but they don't play by the rules. You can even argue guys like Punisher, depending on how you view how he goes about exacting his heroics. It's definitely in regards to how society views violence and how we work with or against the law would be considered chaotic, because they're going against the law to do the right thing.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Yeah, well, everybody has a set of rules and codes, though. A barbarian, everybody has a morality code. It doesn't mean that they're lawful, though. What's going on, Joseph? We're doing a little dungeon right now and talking about alignment.
Sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
For example, the morality of a rogue, honor amongst thieves. They don't steal or enact crimes against other rogues and thieves within their own community and stuff. That's a morality code. Doesn't mean they're lawful.
What's inside?
Yeah, I think, and that's the big difference between 5th edition Paladin and previous editions of Paladin. Paladins have a really just strong sense of ideals and morality and their beliefs. They're empowered by what they believe in, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a god. It just means that their sense of beliefs and morality that they is so strong that they're empowered by a divine sense, a divine source, which is different from previous editions of D&D, where it wasn't that, and that's why I know there's that conflicting narrative with Paladin. Because if you really look at it, like, there's nothing outside of getting your religious what is it? Your religious sigil, your symbol, and your starting kit. There really isn't anything that screams you're tied to a god with the Paladin, like it was in previous editions.
Juggle? I didn't think anyone worshipped
Ooh,
the
okay.
scribe of
Did we
death.
get all the lights? Because our human friend is blind as a bat, so we need to get all these lights going on for him so he can actually see when we fight stuff. Okay, cool. All right, let's go open the secret door. Yeah. And see, and this is the thing I think you're going to see going forward. That's where how paladins are going to be interpreted as. They have a strong convictions. They're a champion of causes and beliefs, which is cool, and it actually gives them a stronger narrative and defines them a lot differently than clerics, because they're. I think if you look at old editions of D&D, clerics and paladins have too much narrative overlap. So this defines them well in a stronger sense. Use a torch or light.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
But I have dark vision. Who else goes on my turn? Okay. Can she see? Does she have light? No. But she has dark vision. So let's go. Ooh. Let's do some cool stuff. Sorry. Sorry, Gale. Oh, you too blind. Okay, let's see what we got. How far is everybody here? The path is interrupted. Son of a... Oh, here we go. Pew, pew, pew.
Nothing will stand in my way.
My faith will protect me.
Who is trying to call me? The heck? Oh, it's time to stabby. So we can do sneak attack 2. Let's go. And it missed. All right. Well, shank. Okay. Well, bonus action shank. And that's Sag. No bueno. She got messed up. Okay, well, it's healer time. How many? Okay, we're good.
Over here.
Let's focus fire on this guy. There we go.
They're hiring.
Focus fire on here.
Help me strike true.
Do I want to do this to kill it? How much life? Oh, it has a lot of life. Yeah, it's boom. Okay. That is her turn. Gale.
A rough tempest I will raise.
How much life does he have? Okay. 1, 2, and we need to start knocking out the other guy. Boom. There we go. Kill that guy. We're good.
Even catch my breath.
This is true. Turn undead would be useful here. Okay, he has no turn. All right. Shoot. Oh, she has 7 life. Does she even have turn right now? I don't think she has it yet. Let me see. Oh, she does. She does. Did he go to sleep again? You nappy little nappy. Hunting action. Okay. One of my favorite classes or subclasses in this game, at least in Baldur's Gate, but I slept on it in the actual table play, is Thief Rogue, because you get that extra bonus action. Like just getting access to be able to like dash and then, oh my god. Oh my god. What is your problem, lady? Get up. Get up. Where the hell you think you're running? Oh, okay. You're gonna just run. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, do you have... Yes. Chug some of that stuff. That good stuff.
Got
Not going anywhere. I'm asleep now. Sick. Okay, boom. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, y'all. That sneak attack hits. Okay. We'll go, Zoomer. Don't go, Zoomer. Okay, I think... Oh, son of a... Okay. Asterion's doing work, so we need to keep him alive. We're still sleeping. Okay. Can I get... Okay. Fast enough to go over and smack him. Ooh, yeah, baby. That was a good chunk. Ooh. Okay. There we go. This guy's gonna be running, so let's do this. Okay, we can't do sneak attack here. And we'll miss the bonus action attack. Oh, hey, cool. I'm not asleep. Alright, let's go and talk some smack. Maybe it'll land. Yeah.
What should I do?
We're just going... Oh, not enough movement. Alright, well. Rip. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's go talk to homegirl. We'll let...
Rising from the dead just to protect some dusty baubles. Fools. Their trinkets may be worth a few coins all the same.
Okay. We're definitely going to take a short rest here. Here we go. All right, let's... Let's increase your little damage output just a little bit. Regular scimitar. Can I? It's not proficient. Oh. Oh. What the heck? Because I know rapier is not considered light. Stabby, stabby. Here we go. It is. There is some... and a lot of it, the strategicness actually comes with how their design is for combat sessions. It's a lot tougher than what I find in a typical game you'd play at the table. And it's not that my buddies at DM don't make hard encounters. But I think just having access to like certain spells and stuff, and being like in this game, you're only limited to what it looks like it's going to be SRD stuff or Player's Handbook stuff. And there's so many new options out. They kind of, it's not that they trump a lot of stuff. They do solve a lot of issues early on.
Right, as always. What a curious way to...
What I like though with how Larian does their combat design, and you'll see it if you guys have played Divinity Original Sin 2, they encourage the creative play and encourage the use of the environment. So I think with Baldur's Gate and like just the way that they approach that, that'd be something you can take for your table, and have a bunch of like environmental set pieces that also can be used as long as your players are encouraged to and actually kind of see it and they're made aware like this stuff's around there, that they will use it for combat. So it's just not like a straight up take and spank sort of situation for a lot of combat. I think people kind of fall in the rut of.
curiosity. Nothing more. Wilt thou answer my question? So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
My guy needs a bath. Oh, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna do the bard answer.
A life and how it is lived are different equations. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Okay, so now we got this. How low are we on spells? We might need to take a long rest. So some of the stuff they did change with this is like how many rests you can actually take. Ooh. What the heck?
Wanted to bury their secrets.
So normally you can only take one short, like they used to have it, you can only really take one short rest. They added a second one. Soul coin, cool.
Strange coin. I wonder what it's worth.
Soul coin, cool.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, my character encumbered? No, just walking like a... Why is he walking like that? A little pimp walk. Okay.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Let's have him look at the Book of the Dead.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
Still comforting after all this time.
Do you think they will make it so you can have the other party members be any class like in DOS2? Honestly, I don't think so. I think these characters are going to be heavily defined by their class to play into the archetypes a bit more, because that's kind of what's really tied to D&D. And it makes sense. Else they would allow you to kind of pick and dip from the get-go, which you can't when you meet them. And if they do change it, that's going to be a change we see like way later. But from what it seems like, no, like these characters are really defined by their class. That they pick but you have the option to pick their subclass. Especially since they printed a lot of these characters in the Magic the Gathering Baldur's Gate D&D set that just came out. And from what it looks like, they're heavily defined, like what these characters are meant to be. It'd be cool, but I could see why they want something a little bit more or stick to an iconic, the iconic classes a bit. I don't use minis and barely use combat maps in my game. My players mainly use the environment for cover. Yeah, that's a good thing. Like I admittedly I don't use cover when I play. Just kind of go for it. Okay, let's add some bonuses. We're gonna add some guidance. We'll add our bardic inspiration. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of different companions. I think from this, I still have 2 more companions to unlock, and I know they talked about another one, like a tiefling we're supposed to meet also.
You have a sense these are names, a list, but of what?
Okay. Okay, we're good.
These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the second sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded.
Okay, give me a sec, guys. I need to step away really quick. All right, I'm back. All right. Okay, let's get out of this little dungeon.
I've got a long road ahead.
We also got a ring of Speak with Dead, or amulet of Speak with Dead. Let's give that here. I think our little gnome is having trouble like carrying a bunch of stuff, so let's kind of shunt some of this off to our other people. I think. Let's see.
Time to press ahead.
Yeah, there we go. Let's take a long rest. See what happens. See what we get doing it. Cool. Let's talk to Gale.
Go to hell.
Oh, look, my guys, my little gnome's not dirty in the face anymore.
Ha! You're a good sport. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial. Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract. That's the spirit. Let's be up with the lark. Find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Hey, nobody else need to speak. There we go.
You strike me as the reliable sort. But are you sure this is a good idea? Fine, but not for too long. Each hour that passes, the thing inside us grows. We need to find a healer. Let's wake up at first light. Maybe we'll get lucky. We're overdue some good fortune.
Yeah.
Rest well.
All right.
We'll need our strength.
Anybody else? Nope. Nope. Okay. Take a little nappy nap. We need to do 40. Okay, we got a lot of supplies. Let's go through our... Go through our junk food first. Cool, cool, cool. Got all the spells back. Let's go.
Stayed interesting.
Okay. Nothing in this room. I believe. That's that. Some stuff up here. Forgot. What the heck? There's a way to open this, but
Keep your distance, darling.
Crack.
Easy.
Okay, it's 10 sleight of hand, sleight of hand expertise. He's already at a +7. We're just gonna use a guidance. And just use a guidance.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
This place wasn't built for the living.
Open up.
Junk. Believe this gets us outside. Roll of silence. Protection good and evil. Another thing here. Hey, what's going on, man? I show up and we're watching some guy crying in his sleep. Yep, my little gnome was having a good cry. I think this is where the other guy leads us into the next little bit of the dungeon. I think, yeah. Okay. Ooh, what? Okay. Having some issues loading. All right. Okay, so we're gonna need Asterion to crack this open. But I want...
You shall find me.
What a day.
him to... We're gonna be blinded. Probably not the best
This place is falling.
thing to do.
Could have happened by itself.
Lock, no handle. How does it open?
Oh, okay. Forgot about this. I forgot about this.
Not as bad as it could have.
Forgot about that. Can't... Oh, okay.
Swift as my feet.
Only other way to get through that is like just to break it down.
I'll give it a shot.
I've played Divinity 2 and didn't beat it. I got to like the second or third act. It's probably one of my favorite RPGs I played. Though, that's for as much as I played it. It is really, really well designed. I really like how it does in terms of how combat runs, and it wants you to be creative and like use the environment to your advantage and find all these little ways to combo off with it. I like the character building system, how it's so freeing, and you kind of just make whatever build you want. Like it's just a really well designed game. Okay. Is this that room? Yes, it is. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. There it is. Okay, we got a bunch of gas pits. Do we have boxes still? Okay, so we have a box.
Avoid that trap.
The way. Oh, we have no trap disarming stuff. Ooh, great sword. None of us can use it. Son of a. Okay. Okay, cool. We have our 2 boxes right here. Pretty much, the boxes are gonna help us like cover these gas traps, but we are only gonna have 2, so we kind of have to pick. Ooh, heavy armor. Interesting.
What's hiding here?
We need to cover these holes so we can actually make a path for ourselves. Ooh, another hike.
This place is trapped.
Take another soul coin. All right, because there's actually a magic item inside this, so we need to create our path before we do it. I think our exit. Do our exit here. Cover this one. Oh. Cover this one, and then move this. Move this one. Okay. Can we still break our guy off? Yeah. Okay.
I wonder what the next
This
one
team
is.
over here. Closer to the door.
Let's get going.
Then I can go here. It's gonna kick us into a little time thing.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Hmm.
Oops, did I plug the game?
About my magic.
Oop. There we go. Boom. We made it. Put back in the deal. All right, here we go. We're good. So that's that.
Have to keep going.
But that little encounter is not done. We actually have one more fight there, so we need to kind of hook back around. We'll just go through the front door. Oh man. Yeah. Oh shoot. Oh, duh. Let us use
Ah, cursed
a teleportation.
everything.
Roadside cliff. Go to the roadside cliff. And work our way back there. But instead of going through that back site, because the only way to get through that little last bit of the dungeon to get into that little fight is to actually go break that door down, but we can just go through the front door. Oh, sweet. Okay. Let's give that to Asterion. Let's give him the trap disarming to him too. Light armor sword. We don't need any of this. That worked out. That was the person that we dropped the rock on. Hell yeah, man. Look at what is going on. Getting all these goodies. And since he despawned, Asterion, let's do the honors. Use, and let's go open this thing. I need a 7. Let's do the guidance.
Can't give up now.
Okay, there's gonna be a person. We walk in here immediately. We're gonna have to fight. So. Yep. Surprise. Pew pew.
No time to rest.
Pew pew. Okay, there's the key. Okay, now we can kind of upgrade his core weapon. Because I didn't realize he couldn't use scimitars. Short sword. Cool, cool, cool.
No one back home will ever believe this. Moving ahead.
We kind of loot this little area. There isn't really too much. Handles.
Silence.
I don't want a cutting board.
Prayers for? Normally the patron god is obvious. Not here.
Lore books. Lore books. Yeah. I see what's in this little thing. Get that money. Okay, now we're gonna get into a boss fight. So,
Quite ready for you. Checkmate.
dang. Okay, can we dash and shank him? Yes, we can. Okay, I guess we can't. We're just gonna miss. What I wanted to do was try to blow that all up right there. And I don't think we're gonna be able to. Ooh, yeah. We'll take a crit. Oh, okay. We'll use this. And there we go. That definitely made that easier. And Asteron's actually pretty hurt, so not enough movement. It's anything. Okay, we're just gonna end my turn here. Then let us not use that move then. Just keep burning them. And then
Got to concentrate.
can't she just jump over? No, she can't. Jump over my little guy. Okay, and what is she gonna be doing? She cannot do that. So hold on. She can see her though. 50-50? Okay, well that's sucks. Majama.
Sounds like fun.
Boom. Nothing worth hitting on her. My character. Let's go, my little gnome.
Pipe down, cuckold.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, let's do a guiding bolt to see if we can finish her off. And boom. There we go. There we go. Pretty much using those barrels and managing to blow them up and kill everybody. It really, really helps out. Leather boots, leather gloves. Cool, can't use any of that.
No traps, please.
We'll take the alchemist fire. Take that. Nothing. Oh, she died this way too. Take the money. give this Starion. Cool. There's thieves' tools on the floor.
Don't mind if I do.
Pretty much everybody. I know there's one more room over here. Check out right now. Pretty much the other room we're on the other side of, right here. But there's another way to open it over here. Only problem with this fight is like they don't really like. There's no good treasure from this fight. So I'm hoping that they add later at least like some money or something. These guys are, they're obviously, these are bandits kind of holding up in this area.
Can't slow down.
All right, let us. There's a bunch of little book area, chapel records, a plaque.
That's curious.
And this is the little door we can open.
What's
That unlocks that door we were on the other side of. Cool, and then we can just exit this way. Yeah, 2 ways to kind of do this little encounter. Which way do I want to do? Okay, that goes this way. Okay. See, this is the aftermath of this stuff. So we can't go back that exit, so we need to go back this way. In Critical Role, the players often cast detect thoughts in front of their targets, even with VSM components. How do you roll these kind of spells in terms of target protection? And honestly, when we play, my table often forgets VSM. So really just it's going to come down to how much of that's going to be strictly reinforced at the table. So if you're going to go strict raw and stuff, it's something that constantly needs to be reminded. And then, and I would always ask if that's going to be reinforced to the player, and as a DM, you're aware that's happening. And you're aware that it has a verbal component. And so just remind the player, like, hey, you understand that it's going to do this, so you sure you still want to cast this? So that if the player doesn't want to, and they realize, oh, okay, I can't do that, to allow them to walk it back and do another narrative setup. That's how I would handle it. And it, again, like my table, 100%. Is like light on tracking, where it's very much a super casual game, and I'm pretty sure it would frustrate the living hell out of people that would watch it. But yeah, if you're really keeping track of like your components and reinforcing VSM and everything, then yeah, that's how I would do it. I would just ask them and confirm with them, hey, you sure? Because this is what it's gonna do. And if they just say screw it, yeah, we're gonna go with chaos and just do it, and then yeah, have your NPC react in kind. Okay. Next, now, let's go get our fighter. Our Githyanki fighter friend. Before we fight the horde of goblins. Hopefully we'll hit level 3 so we can actually pick our subclass.
You think it's dangerous?
Yeah. And that's the thing I think people gotta realize too with CR. They are not hard bound by the rules. They are very much a cinematic, narrative-driven game.
And let the goblins have it.
Hey, what's going on, Rich? Thank you. Yeah, loving my little goblin in a backpack and a Dungeoneer's pack too. The artist did a hell of a job. I'm gonna be doing a video, a little short video on it to to help promote her and also show off. So if people want to, you know, get a commission from her for art and stuff, you can go check her out. She did an amazing job with the new mascot and logo.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
You again. Get rid of them.
What I'm hoping in future updates or maybe in DLC later, that they go beyond the PHB and actually add in subclasses that add in like a bunch of new subclasses, like fan favorite subclasses to all the classes. Because from what it looks like, everything's going to be strictly to the player's handbook, which kind of sucks because certain classes do get kind of the short end of the stick when it comes to that. I don't know if they're going to go with every cleric subclass and every wizard subclass, because they do kind of win out on this. Yeah, unleash it to the bad guys around, and then CR starts lowering the rules. Yeah, I think that's what always happens. But it's just interesting, like how different playgroups interact with the rules and at what time they interact with them, and when they choose to interact with them, and then even then, like how everybody kind of pretty much crosses over into the game. They're not necessarily wrong either how they do it. Right, like at least wrong in the enjoyment and the fun of their game, but I can see how it could be like wrong against the actual rules of the game. Creature is dangerous. Okay, give me that sweet guidance.
He's right. Let's go. We need to check out...
Yeah, I think most players are going to be just generally happy playing this with the player's handbook subclasses. I just think they do need to add more of them, because everybody kind of just has two options right now. And I accept the cleric. They have three. They have, I believe, light, trickery, and then I believe they have one more, and I can't remember. They're the only ones that have one extra.
Shook our camp good, so we came for a look. Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
We're gonna fight the horde of goblins right now.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Okay.
Observe and listen.
Enough
You'll
dawdling.
hear
Get
goblins
me
before
down.
you see them.
As you
I'm
say.
getting spam called attacked on my phone right now. What is going on? Okay, I need you tieflings to kind of like leave. Just get out of the area. And crossbow, boom. Pew pew. Reload. Pew. Cool.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses.
End of next or sometime next year,
But the longer we
2023.
the more it consumes.
That's what they said.
People possess
They
the
got two more
trap.
classes, two more races.
I must find a creche.
Um,
You will join me.
But I
Careful.
don't know.
She
I don't.
obviously sees your kindness as weakness.
I want it to be released next year, but I'm not sure.
You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Okay, we're gonna have her at camp. I don't know if I want her in the party right now.
The horned ones mentioned a camp One there, this
just because I like having all the magic options in play,
I must interrogate
and
this.
Asterion is super
Our
useful.
very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
I think we're gonna stick with this group right here. Okay, let us take a little short rest. Oops.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
And didn't mean to click on her. How far are we from leveling? I think I'm gonna go lore bard with this guy. Because the way I'm kind of playing him from a distance, I'd rather have the additional spells and stuff that you would get from him and the support from that than actually Valor. I think I can probably play through this again and build another character that's going to be geared towards the Valor Bard. Okay, let's watch this cinematic of these people be a-holes.
Nobody gets in. Zevlor's orders. That pack of goblins will be on us any second.
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail. Open the gate.
I have yet to play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2.
Goblins here. Where is the druid?
Something I probably should, because they're always like on like dirt cheap. They always put them on sale, so maybe I'll pick them up just to kind of play through the experience of the old editions.
By the nine hells. Open the gates.
No. Okay. We had a little bit of a slowdown.
Cannon. No. Shit. Form a line.
Go. Okay. Big battle. Oh, we get to go first. All right. Finally. Let us. Okay, we got it. We got a nice bit of them. Got a nice bit of them. That's not bad. I ain't mad. I now that you had a chance to play a couple of times, do you think the different classes give much variety to the story? Depending on how you decide to roleplay them, I think that's going to be the biggest element of this. While you have different options that you're going to get tuned to whatever background and whatever class you can choose. But even then, with those choices, it's really going to depend on what you interact with. So for me, like playing this 1 through 4 every time, I constantly go and interact with the same thing. So for me, it's not like I'm playing anything different. But if you actually go in this with the mindset of actually role-playing your character and choosing different things and trying to interact with stuff in a different way, or finding newer things to interact with, it's going to change up your story. There are some times where things fail, which I like, where you can't go with the same path that you normally would, or that you were successful with in another character, which is nice. But at the same time, if you're just constantly going to be doing the same thing, like you're feeling like you're playing the same game. Thunder. Ooh, 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 ooh. Creates a frozen surface. Yep, because I want you to be on that floor.
Make way for the blade of frontiers.
I still don't know what class I want to main when I play this stuff completely.
No escaping the blade.
But I do kind of want to have 2 characters, one as a party character and one that I play on a solo playthrough. Ooh, man. I have yet to have it where these guys actually die. So I'm wondering what happens like in the game if that happens. Oh man, I broke concentration. No. Oh, we're gonna try this again. Ooh man, that's some slowdown. Let's. Okay, that's that Shadow Heart.
Need to act fast.
Okay.
Onward.
Come on, where's she at? You know what? Let's buff the crew. Boom.
Missed this.
Interesting. Another game that I've seen everybody been playing is The Quarry, and that seems like one that while it has, you're playing the same story, it's just depending on your choices also determines which characters live and die and gives you different scenarios that you're never going to have the same story happen by the end of it. Saw some people playing that, some streamers playing it. It's a very entertaining game to watch. Normally that's something I would want to play, but it looks like a good streaming game. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, dang, I got 2 of them. That's good. Who on my team is pretty bad? Nobody is. Okay. So Disco Elysium. I will have to check it out. That reminds me, I was like, oh, I'm thinking about spare money. I gotta pay bills today. Okay, let's see. Got 2 more. I got 1 more slot. We're going to just fire off a bolt. Let's get rid of this guy that's in front of us. Yeah, like watching people play The Quarry was actually really, really fun just to see what happens. But now that I'm seeing, it's like, ooh, buying all these games. Ooh, that's the first time this guy's died on me. So I'm gonna see how the story plays out now, because that is different. What's it called? Oh, that's dead. What I'm thinking of, what's it called? Tome of Heroes comes out from Kobold Press. It's out now, and I believe on Amazon it will be out in August. Which is like, it's a book full of just a ton of new subclasses for every class. And I've been wanting to pick it up. I wanted to stream it, like just go over my favorites there. And then I think a friend of the channel, Indestructible Boy, his Alchemist class is out on DM's Guild too. And also I'm looking forward to his Vanguard class, which is a tanking class that he's working on. I'm looking forward to that one because I'm always a tank main in a lot of games I'm playing. So let's get closer for her. Boom. And then I still need to finish, to be honest, my Luchador class. I've taken another little break from it because I was kind of creatively a lot more focused on other stuff with the channel. So I'm hoping to jump back on it soon because we're really close to being something workable. At least I want to get at least 1 subclass ready before I work on the finishing up the maneuvers. Okay, Bardic Inspiration. Let's see. Who do we want? Should give Bardic Inspiration. Let's see. Hit that sneak attack. Ooh. When you're really trying to hit. Let's see if we can get this guy on his ass. Nope.
Witness the might of the blade.
Alright. Will is another character we do get. So, it's a warlock. They really have him as a melee lock, but it's really weird because he doesn't have the armor proficiencies to really support it. But it's interesting how they have that set up. There's ways to do it too, to play like a really solid melee lock in this. Okay, we need a sneak attack, baby. It is off balance. I don't know what that means.
Need to stay focused. Onward.
Okay, how many spell slots do you have? Oh, it's the boss. Okay, we're guiding bolt this. Yeah. Yes. All right. Just want to level up, man. Let's kill the boss. There is that level. There we go. There we go. Ooh. And a nice little crit. Ray of Frost was one of my most slept on spells. And it's been like one of the most useful spells for me when playing Baldur's Gate 3, to the point now like I heavily consider taking it on at the table. Ooh, Arms of Adar.
That was the last of them. Inside, all of you, more may follow.
Ooh, it's gonna be interesting. I want to see how this changes because,
Still alive, so that's progress.
want to see how this changes the playthrough a little bit because that Arden dude dying, he's never died in other playthroughs I played. So, and he kind of sets up like another story thing. Okay, so we need to get proficiency at double. Okay, so we get expertise in another thing. Trying to decide acrobatics, arcana, deception. Performance, persuasion. Let's go persuasion because we're gonna be dealing with a lot of people. Okay. I also want a lot of people. So, cutting words. Use your wit to distract a creature and sap is confident it receives a penalty. And they can't Phantasmal Force. Okay. They can add a d6 to their attack roll. Thing is, I can play this guy in a little bit more of a look at my stats. My stats aren't bad. So far, they have yet to add any new party members to the beginning of this game. Rumor has it they're supposed to be adding a tiefling character. That's possibly a ranger. I think that got leaked like a while ago, but they have yet to do it. Other than that, I don't know. Like, it'd be cool they did add in like 12 characters for every class. But at the same time, that is a lot of side character, like a lot of support characters to have, but you can build the party you want. Okay, interesting. I don't want to go Valor and make this little guy like a little knight. Thing is, Valor fits in like my preferred play style of being a melee caster. So let's see what else we get. Phantasmal Force. Crown of Madness. Calm Emotions. Detect Thoughts. Cloud of Daggers. Bro, why can't... No. We're doing Heat Metal. Sorry. Heat Metal. Customize replacement spell. We can swap this. Ooh, okay. We can swap a spell we don't not like out. We're gonna swap this with a level 2 spell, so we get 2 spells. Let's see. Man, enhance ability is always good. Kind of Madness, blindness, silence, invisibility, lesser restoration. Shatter. Dang, they're getting some of the good ones. Let's see. What do we want? Tech Thoughts would be kind of cool for outside of combat. Cloud of Daggers for some zone control. Trying to think. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Gonna have to. I'm liking a lot of people in the discords and stuff that I'm in are been really talking about Pathfinder 2. The only experience I have with it is watching them. I think a game run on Geek and Sundry. I think they were the last ones that did something. They did official Pathfinder game, and I really like how the action economy plays out in that. Instead of being restricted in like in 5th edition, where you only have an action, bonus action, and movement. Their 3 action setup is pretty solid, and you kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Okay, so we get access to a bunch of new spells and get rid of Bane. I think Inflict Wounds we can get rid of. Let's add some level 2 spots. Protection from Poison, Prayer of Healing. Aid, Blindness, Enhance Ability, Hold Person. We'll do Hold Person. Then all allied creatures you can see within reach gain. I think Silence is going to be another good one. Have her be a little anti-spellcaster. Okay, accept.
Watch your back.
Alright. Yes, should I give him spellcasting? Maybe. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Rich. Good to see you, man. Always good to see you. I've never played Astern with as a Arcane Trickster. But I'm wondering if I should. Chillin' Touch. But I wouldn't want to take any combat cantrips. That's the thing. I want to take all nothing but support cantrips. That's why I don't. They don't have all the cantrips in yet. You know what? We're gonna stick with a classic.
Excellent choice.
Get me some extra attacks. Okay, we get more spells. Let us. Misty Step we are always gonna go good with, but let's see what we got. Flaming Seer would be fun. Inucha. Make your creature larger or smaller. Darkness. Blur. Crown of Madness. Clown of Daggers. Arrow. That sold me right there. Let's get rid of this and this. Let's add in these two. Boom.
No one back home.
All right, let's go loot. So now that little guy can actually... Do I even get... Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's sick. Okay, he has light armor. Scam out. We can wear medium. Yeah, okay. I'm down. My little warrior. Okay. All right. Anything else special else we can get? Cool. Let's go ahead and go start looting people. Let's give this to Gale. Get some of this stuff. Okay, we have a magic item. So the thing with this magic item, so whenever a warrior hits a creature with a weapon attack, it receives a D4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. The penalty applies to anyone who's using these subs without bearing the Absolute's brand. So that'll happen to you also. So we're just gonna pick them up. It's cool, but you have to be marked by the Absolute, which is like one of the bigger mysteries for this game. It's like some unknown god.
What's inside?
Dang, I kind of want to loot this guy. This guy's kind of a big old jerk. I just want to see what happens when we do it. And then I want to test out these let's... Ooh, okay. Oh, that's all that is. It's the letter saying about the night song. Oh, screw it. Screw it. Not like they're gonna use it anyway. And crossbow. Another short sword. Holla. Take your bread. Take your rum. Okay. So let us get another short sword. We'll get the full upgrade. Double blades. Okay. Let's have Shadowheart carry some of this stuff. We're gonna send a lot of stuff to Asterion. Protection, all except Gale. Not Asterion. Ooh, should have gave it to the wrong person. To Shadowheart here. Scroll of Burning Hands. We'll go to Gale. Cool. Got a lot of stuff we can sell, But Asterion took the wrong thing. I want this to go to I want this to go to Gale. Give him more stuff at his disposal. All right, let us go inside now. We got a bunch of stuff we could sell. Maybe get into some combat. At least one more combat because I want to try out this
Aradin didn't make it.
want to try the subclass out a little bit.
Pity. But he might have got more of my people killed, if not for you.
This is interesting. I've never had this guy like die.
Out there. I'm Zevlor.
So this interaction with Zelvor is like way different. Because normally when Aradin lives, you come in and him and Aradin are arguing with each other, and then you have the option of punching Aradin's lights out or not.
Well met. I should warn you, visitors are no longer welcome in this grove. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve. You're wounded. The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he went with those adventurers. It seems they left him behind. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other druids in the inner grove. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
Cool.
I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though? I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her for more time to prepare, if nothing else.
One of the next characters I want to play actually on the table is a gnome. If my something happens to my artificer, then I think I want to do a gnome. Just don't know what.
Really? We're messengers now.
We'd owe you a great debt.
All right, let's go get Will,
Now, we won't make it to
the
the
warlock.
You'll find the druids at the
Sell our
heart of the
stuff. Go
grove.
talk to the druids.
Please,
Save the little girl. Go
make
talk to
some
Nettie.
sense before more lives are lost.
And then to do one more combat. Oh yeah, here's the guy. Bye. Cheater! Cheater, he's racing. He's running and he's beating me. Okay, come on, he can do it.
I care about our lives, our futures.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Just some bits and bobs. Oh, Jesus. Let's... Okay. That's pretty sick. We don't need these daggers. I forgot about this. Ugh. Well, we don't really have anybody that can use this. Actually,
We don't even know these people.
it's the spear.
Of course it does. You would choose strangers over us.
Maybe we can get. I'll sell this.
That's not what I said.
All this junk.
No?
Ooh. All this junk. Anything special we can really buy from him, or am I just getting stuff to get stuff? Leather armor. Yeah, I think I'm just buying stuff just to buy stuff. There isn't really anything these characters are gonna need right now. Ooh, that's cool. Burning targets. I think we're gonna take the soul coin back and this back. What? No.
Sylvanus, guide your
I think I just lost more money than I actually gained back because I kept putting stuff back in my cart. Yep. Got. Okay, they need. It didn't used to be that way, and I think they simplified it just for that. But that is yeah, they changed something. I didn't like that. Bridget, you should actually confirm how much gold and stuff you're gonna be able to. You can bargain and stuff with. Maybe if I use the barter system next time, that'll change that. Oh, we just lost the monies.
Give me your best shot.
Not bad. Again. Hey, keep focus. See how I used your own force against you?
I can't do it.
Of course you can. It just takes time. I didn't become the Blade of Frontiers overnight.
Oh, okay, so they didn't finish that one. And we found our first bug.
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. An unknown face commands your mind. Blue skin, gnarled horns.
I'll be damned to the hells. You were on the ship.
A strange sensation courses through you, and Will's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Thinking, let's push a little bit further. Talk about trades. Oh wow, so
Something stirs deep.
you can roll bad and still do good.
Hungry
That one.
and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. The creature appears again. Blue skin, arched horns, and wings stretching wide behind it. Your minds part again, leaving your skull throbbing.
Ouch. Careful you don't push the brain bugs too far. They'll leave you hurting.
Interesting.
I had to
Okay.
guess you took a bumpy ride on a mind flayer machine, same as me. And I've been having the strangest dreams. I haven't turned into a mind flayer just yet, but sooner or later, my luck will run out. Been thinking I need a healer. And I reckon you've been thinking the same. I've been waiting for this druid Halcyon to return. They say he's pretty powerful. He could probably help us. Problem is, the goblins have nabbed him. We better go find him before we start growing talons and tentacles. Excellent idea, but I have a condition. Look at these kids. They've no chance on the road, not while goblins infest it. I've got the grandest of plans. You and me, we kill the goblin horde's leaders. That should scatter the buggers. Frontier justice, I call that. What say you? I love your spirit, but you're full up. But when the time comes, just holler. The Blade of Frontiers will come calling.
Oh, we got the Warlock.
A splendid plan. Let's chat there.
And they are a fiend lock. So by the time you get them, I think you get to level them up twice and then pick their pack and everything too. Let's see. Okay. Last little bit. Gotta speed run this little last part. Run through this little cinematic here.
Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back! Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out! Taken those guys. Stop! Move back at once! Keep back! Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh.
Get
I
past these
understand.
little guys.
Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
This could turn into a fight. Depending, I think with the way, well, obviously with the border and having expertise in persuasion and deception, we should be good. But, yeah. I've done this encounter with other characters that were not good in their social skills, and either the little girl died or, the little girl died, or look at the guy. Or we ended up saving her, but we're having to fight. So.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a
what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger. Girl, you mean parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Okay, so we get a bunch of... Let's add some bonuses. We gotta... It's gonna be a tough one. Okay.
The words of the Tree Father, spoken plain. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin would...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions? Couldn't agree more. The girl wasn't innocent, but that doesn't mean she was guilty.
We just let her run off.
She's a child. A devil child. One who tried to...
We got the inspiration. Okay,
I need a quick word.
talk to the cool druid.
Up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented. Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader. Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin called, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Korga back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad. Ah, I see. You will find her deeper in the caves. Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
The ritual's almost finished.
Sylvanus' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well.
Pretty much finding Halsin and doing that big dungeon is pretty much like the core story thing for this. But there's actually a lot of content there. You can go into a bit of the Underdark. You go into fight a hag, and then there's a Githyanki encounter too. Actually, quite a bit to do in this, but like it's all of it is really tough due to in large part that you're only stuck till level 4. Some of these encounters like really would benefit if you were at least hit 5th level.
Didn't they? I see you.
It would still be tough, but they wouldn't feel impossible.
A moment. Vis medicatrix. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed? You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe. A tadpole. A mind flayer tadpole. That's a serious condition. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. We need to be quick. This way.
We might have to fight her, which means we might have to fight the other ones. Oh, that's a dead guy.
This one had the same problem as you. Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after. I'll do the best I can. I'm no Master Halsin, mind. He'd have your tadpole out like that. Still, we have options. It might. But first things first.
Ooh, failed the insight.
Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening? Protected from on high. Sounds like the drow. Master Halsin said he was tougher than he had any right to be. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening. A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me. So I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all
We
dead.
did.
But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms. Swear it. I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk, and never once saw a mind flayer infected. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal. Mind flayers reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, it's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow. Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers, joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back. The thing is, I've sent birds to find him, but the place is rotten with goblins. None of us can even get close. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound? Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there.
Most of those guys are dead now.
All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your
Alright,
oath.
we're gonna end it here. Gonna end it here. Let me save it for you guys. Okay. Alright, thank you guys for joining me today. I will catch you guys on the next one. You guys take care and have a good one.